ka Mount Olive Culinary and Hospitality Management Shillong ka khot admission haki professional courses bapair ya ka jingtiap ka ba khamnya lecture ka city office 100 academy ha malki
Kaseng Congress kalasdang ya ka jingelap election ha Meghalaya daga bobothong ban pun urlong ya ka 5-star Meghalaya lada ka yo bakandon ha Khubor ya ka ni ka Thong yung ka Congress la penbana pai ba menta ka khandai tergurumpang do president ka Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC uba Vincent H Pala ha ka jingedon lang jong u manish Chatra ubade u General Secretary ka AICC bakmi ya ka party ha Meghalaya bat kwek ginong elang Kisan Tylli Khlur bagaseng Congress Klabothong ban Pynphyrnai Meghalaya kilong ban ajing rap lai hajar tingka shibna shi kilong kami klam kpa kibaduk kabankot syaka lai penriu hajar hak chisnem ban penyokam uwei na man la kuwei kalong yeng ban pelaj Meghalaya naki kam bamsap ban penyo ya ka boarding electric ka baklem sha pelip Bat ban Pynphyrnai ya katunat boarding bat kawai ka Thong kalong ban pelaj ya jylla Meghalaya na kajing jylla bat kenre ke jong drugs.
On behalf of the MPCC and we welcome our in charge from AICC, also the spokesperson and the media in charge from AICC, and we welcome all of you for today's launching of the program, and it's a very important program for the coming election. We are launching 5 commitments for a 5-star Meghalaya. And what are these commitments which we are launching today? And we'll launch it digitally, so I think all of you will review. These are the main 5 stars which we are planning. Number 1 is since Meghalaya is material society, so we consider as women as the top priority. So we think when during the survey and the door-to-door meeting of our workers on the ground, we find that many of our women has a main responsibility for the family. So we thought that number 1 we should see that the single women, especially in our society, almost 41% of women are single mother. So we thought that this will affect our society as a whole. Until and unless we empower the women, empower the family, I think our society will become poorer and poorer. So to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor and empower of the ladies is very important. So we thought that every single mother, especially in the BPL, when our workers has gone door to door to campaign, they saw that most of the single mother who are responsible for the family, they need the assistance, and there's only way assistance for the government. So we thought that we should assist, if we come to power, we should give at least 3,000 per single women per month. That means 36,000 per month, which we are going to for the single women per year. That's very important because, like I told you, that this program is designed with the door-to-door campaign and the survey. We sent it to Delhi and Delhi approved it, and we have done it. This also will be in our manifesto. Number 2 is that we saw that unemployment is very high in our state, and even those who have employed did not get payment. So some are, from our youth, come from a very poor family. They have done their study, and then after this study, the parents have spent a lot of money on the youth, whereas they don't get a job. So they have become poor because number 1, they come from a poor family. Number 3 is that after spending on their children, they become poorer and poorer if they don't get a job. So the expectations and the expectations of every family is that they should educate their children and get a job. So we thought this is very serious for our society. If our society want to be strong, then we need to design to see that every family there must be at least one job to be provided for every family. So we thought that that's why we said unemployment, at least a job for every family members. A job for every family members, so that our people will be up to the mark where we can have a free employment. Number three, we have seen that the corruption in Meghalaya is become, day to day, is become more and more. Now the corruption has gone not only at the officers level, it has gone to a politicians level. Now slowly, it will go up to the voters level. The present scenario, the present system is that, the voters are being bribed. The candidates from one party shifted to other parties, and even the MLAs have been shifted from one party to another party. This is all because of the corruptions. People do not think for the society. The leaders do not think for the state. They don't think for society, but they think for the personal. So if you think for the personal, in which directions it takes our state in the future and our society. So we think that our top priority also to see that we have Meghalaya free from corruptions. So our third commitment is free corruptions in Meghalaya. Number 4 is that we have seen when we went door-to-door campaign, we saw that many of the poor family, they don't have money even to pay for the electricity bill. And many of them, when we go, the students during exam, they cannot study because they don't have electricity, and the bill for electricity sometimes it comes in bulk. For 3-4 years, the bill did not come. Suddenly the bill come and they do not pay. They could not pay the bill. So we think the government is responsible to design to see that a family like those has to be assisted and helped by the government. So this is very important for us. So we thought that we should have a power generation where we have enough power. So we committed that we must have a power cut free. For that, Meghalaya requires at least 180 crores units every year, whereas our production is 120 crores. So almost 60 crores unit in a year we are shortage. So we decided, we committed that we should generate at least minimum 500 megawatts within 5 years in our program. That's why to have a power cut free, we must have also the resources in our hand. Meghalaya has the capacity to produce up to 3,000 megawatts. So all these are left untouched. So we have enough rivers, we have enough sunlight, we have enough coal, so we can do from different resources to produce power. So once we have the power in our hand, so we don't have to pay all those bills from NEPCO and other states, we don't have to buy them. The only way is that we have to invest in infrastructure, not only to give the power, but also to give employment to our youth. Because like Lechka project has given more than 4,000 engineers, and so many people are employed in a different capacity. Therefore, we decided that we should launch as a mission, and one of our 5-star commitment is power cut free. And the last and very important is that, Meghalaya, in terms of our youth, we have almost 60% of population are youth. And these youths are in a big challenge now. When we go door to door, we find that many of the parents are used to cry when we visit them. When we say that what they want, they said, no, my son is in jail, or my son is giving a problem to us. Why? Because of the drugs. Meghalaya is now is the biggest problem in India, next to Punjab last time. So, but Meghalaya is increasing day to day in terms of drugs. Drugs in the sense that drugs abuse, including alcoholic and others. We don't have enough rehabilitation center, but we keep on pumping alcohol, we keep on pumping retail outlet, we keep on pumping more and more by store. And also the Meghalaya is like almost a center for drugs coming from Bangladesh, drugs from different parts of our border in India. For example, like from Nepal, from other countries, they come to Meghalaya, and from Meghalaya then it goes everywhere. Even sometimes from Bangladesh because of our porous border issues. So this is a problem we have to. So we decided that when we went door to door, then the people, one of the main important is that the drugs will spoil not only the present generation, but it spoil the future generation. It spoil our society, it spoil the family, not only a man who's been drugs addicts, but also to the entire family and the future. So we decided we should have a drug-free Meghalaya. If we want our future to grow, if we want our children to grow better, then we should have a drug-free Meghalaya. These are 4 things, 5-star commitments. Number 1 is empowering of women. by giving 3,000 per month for a single mother within the BPL. Number 2 is that unemployment free, as I have stated. Number 4 is that corruption free. We have seen the corruption level is very high, as I've stated. Number 4 is power cut free, where we'll develop and generate employment also in the power sector. And the last is the drug free Meghalaya. These are 5-star commitments, 5 commitments for a 5-star Meghalaya. You are right. We don't want to compare what TMC is making. And it's not fair and wise for us to compare what other parties, because every party has got their own plan, every party has got their own survey. See, some of the poor family, we have done this because when I think TMC, they have done a survey also, I don't know, but we have done this because of survey. That's why we promised both, given an employment at the same time. So the poor family, we should support them cash, because you see, if you see the very poor family, if you go to their house, I personally have seen, sometimes you don't have a place to sit even when you go to the family. Those are the real poverty we see in Meghalaya, and then the numbers are increased day by day. That's why we have decided to give them cash to support them for their children's education, to support them for the children's upbringing for day-to-day life. That's why. Yeah, we are working, so far, you see the leakage in revenue is very high. That's why if you see the leakage in revenue is very high. As of now, if you see most of people, they don't get even a proper challan. For example, coal, they're being transported almost 3,000 trucks every day. Limestone is transported almost 10,000 trucks every day. But the challan is given only 9 tons for limestone and only 10 tons from coal. Whereas the truck carries almost 60 tons. So the leakage of revenue is very high. We have done a proper assessment on this, and we can get it. For example, lots of leakage in revenue, be it in terms of liquor, be in terms of coal, be in terms of limestone, be in terms of other government taxes. We have done a detailed survey on this. I think there should not be a shortage. Whatever we have given a commitment, it is a doable commitment. It's not undoable. And we have to. That's why we have said a free corruptions. This is what we'll use technology. We'll use technology to capture all the revenue of the government. Meghalaya is one of the richest in terms of minerals in India, not only in the northeast. But if we use this properly, I think the people of Meghalaya will support us.
Though Meghalaya is definitely 5-star, but we want to ensure it remains 5-star and it goes above that also. Coming up with different promises. These are totally realistic, well worked. We had our team who had gone door to door, from village to village, in all the 60 constituencies. They did their survey, and then we came up to this, that these are the things which are required for Meghalaya. These are the top 5 things which people of Meghalaya require. So we, as a national party, Congress is always committed for prosperous peace and development in the state, which we have been doing in the past also. So I can assure you that our governments, other governments in the state, they have always, whatever has been committed has been promised. Whether it was waiver of farm loan, whether it is OPS, so everything has been, what committed was implemented. So kindly through your medium, I would request all the residents of Meghalaya to register on this website, meghalaya.in, 5starmeghalaya.in, with their name, with their phone number, with their age, so that we know when we come in power. When we come in power, we know what exactly the youth, the women they require. So registration on this website is very important, so that we also have our records straight.
Congress Party's commitments and asked our dear Meghalaya, it's time we rewrite a new future for Meghalaya. Through Congress Party's commitments and a 5-star Meghalaya. A future which features a strong, secure and empowered Meghalaya. Congress Party's 5 commitments will ensure that prosperity reaches every household in our Meghalaya. Congress's first commitment to Meghalaya, empowering the women of Meghalaya. 3,000 rupees